Did you know the news shared? Words from Durk's father have Durk being released on bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
This resulted in the judge taking 4 days to make his decision. Sadly, Lil Durk would be denied his bond for literally being too rich, the news wrote. The feds say Lil Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted bond, as they fear he might use his fortune to place bounties on witnesses.
No bond for Lil Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is, under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
As this tweet then went viral, reading, "If you think Durk was denied bond because he's rich, you know nothing about this case. Didi's brother literally just snitched on all of OTF. Instead of making it public, they're hiding it to catch Durk's lawyers by surprise. I found the evidence files, and it's very concerning. It's written, the new Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and OTF members has changed this case. Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal, which made people wonder what Ted said to the feds, because Ted is OTF Didi's brother, who is Durk's main hitter. But Ted was picked up by police at a local convenience store when he had a firearm on him.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
But while being taken into the police station, tears were streaming down his face, and he said, "I swear I'll tell you all about the murders."
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
Being placed into the waiting cell, Ted is seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more than to just rat on murderers he knows about.
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
But Didi's last name popped up in the court paperwork, which had fans believing Didi was snitching, but we now know it was Ted. It even resulted in OTF Vonnie being accused of snitching. So Durk's best friend Bezu calmed the situation down.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. My kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
But this is where it gets crazier, as DJ Academic spoke on OTF Vonnie allegedly snitching against Durk, causing major confusion.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. this is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped the maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
However, the feds are concerned if Durk's released, he will place more bounties on his ops and people involved in his case, but it seems he already did. It was announced Durk's homie Gleesh passed away last night in Chicago, which resulted in a viral comment reading, "Has anyone heard from OTF Jam after he snitched on Durk? Several OTF gang members dying, but low-key, he's been gone for months, as he was outed for being a snitch on DJ Vlad's show."
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That was wired.
Very ironic name.
Jam
now
got
he
him
put
in a
everyone in a
jam.
jam.
Did 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case. But eventually he flipped.
As once this hit news headlines, the news read, "OTF Jam found by OTF members, hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta. Sources claim Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on Durk," alongside a photo of the scene outside of the house Jam was staying at, but no one's heard from him since. Because Jam leaked evidence to the feds, with it reported over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports are currently being processed for discovery. As a new court update read the new charges that Durk faces because of Jam snitching. As it states, the feds believe Durk paid to get these two people dealt with. Number one, Stefan Mack, who got Durk's brother D Thang. Number two is Jam's baby mom, because she was taken out after Durk found out Jam was snitching. Feds think OTF Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all three crimes. It's this Instagram live where Durk noticed Jam was wearing a wire.
Hey, kid! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got hit his head. Hey. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never happened to dare. Architect. What happened to dare? Schools had stuff down.
However, months before being arrested, Durk knew Jam was acting strange. It was announced Durk has been playing 3D chess this entire time. He knew OTF Jam was gonna cooperate.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
But Durk spoke further on it as he shared that he stopped letting his friends to his house.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been to my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
OTF Jam's the same man Durk gifted $50,000 to during this Instagram live, then snitched on the people in the background.
You know what's his name, but steady crying, huh? He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did it all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah, that's your last bit. 12.
12.
That boy popped out 12 years.
Yeah.
So much money. We really was just getting in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds investigated the guys in the background. As it turns out, they were the suspects responsible for taking out Lil Pab, and they even used to go jewelry shopping with King Von.
Solitary.
We just looked at him, man.
Let's go over there.
You got to be.
Boss, you good?
My boy.
That's good.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
But with Durk being investigated for Stefan Mack's passing, an Instagram of Durk saying, "For D-Thang," was shown to the courtroom, as it was posted only 30 minutes after Stefan was taken out. And the next day, Durk was laughing on Instagram Live.
You can't see other shit, boy. What? Tweaking my folks. Hey, somebody always said, slap a car. Somebody always said, slap a car.
However, with all of this, Durk still has one last chance of being released from jail, as the prosecutors have been tearing down their own evidence against Durk.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
Because now the prosecutors are not using their lyric evidence against Durk, and his lawyer Drew says that's the only evidence they had on him.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ak. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
Although Drew said that they want to go the distance in the case, they will not accept any sort of plea deal if it doesn't guarantee Durk's freedom.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen, like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're going all the way for one specific reason, because Durk's lawyers will use a First Amendment argument that they're keeping in their back pocket if things go wrong.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
As it looks so good for Durk, lawyers online are even saying he will be released from jail like Young Thug was.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug. Down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted did end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here, because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
As he also went on to explain how the prosecutors likely don't understand rap culture, this has happened in many cases, just like Young Thug's.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. You know, sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
But feds understand that rap artists are typically connected to each other. Because they found a new possible snitch with the news reporting, prosecutors delayed Durk's chance of being released on bond to gather last-minute evidence against him for the next hearing. Chatter of a new snitch is going around the courtroom, and it's likely Brick Baby because he was arrested the same week that this report came out. With it announced, Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and others all arrested in a Rollin' 60s gang takedown, as it would then be shared. Lawyers and sources believe Brick Baby, who was arrested in the latest gang takedown, will snitch on OTF rapper Durk. The timings of both arrests make lawyers believe the feds will force Brick Baby to give everything up on Durk. Because weirdly enough, Brick Baby sort of called out Durk for being responsible for Lil Pab's passing in this interview 3 years ago.
But was this an attempted hit or
Well, they can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California?
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
Although there's new lyric evidence against Durk, with Durk rapping the lyrics, told me they got an addy go, they got the location go, as it connects to the report of Brick Baby says that he would have dropped Quando Rondo's location if Durk had asked.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had asked me, I probably would have been Coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd up in.
Right.
The feds have him in lockup now, pressing serious charges against him, which will force him to snitch on Durk.